Welcome to the Chicha Show, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have the pleasure to sit down with
Rosa
Rosa
Camero.
Camero, a film producer, a formidable lady, always smiling, beautiful Latina smile. It's such a pleasure to have you here. Rosa is also the founder of a new marketing and distribution product, guys, for your films. For those of you who are interested in making movies, you can use her product, Ramiro AI, right?
Yes,
Awesome.
very well.
Which we shall be talking about on the episode as well. Before we begin anything, Rosa, how are you doing today?
Everything is good, amazing,
Yeah.
sunny day. You cannot see it at the moment, but I mean, Copenhagen is giving us a beautiful day today.
Springtime is
It's
coming again.
springtime and allergies too.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Thanks for coming, Rosa. Um, how's life been for you these days?
It's
With the
been good.
kids, your husband, family.
It's been good. I mean, I cannot complain. I'm busy, busy, happy. It's not like, oh, I'm busy and I'm complaining. I have projects. I have the startup. I'm producing several films, working with amazing filmmakers that they have amazing films that actually they should be out there.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, my two daughters happy, husband happy too. So I cannot complain. I am blessed.
And that's great. That's great to hear. We always like talk about mental health on our channel, and we always make sure our guests are moving in the right direction. And from what you're saying, you seem to be on the right path. Hope there's no depression at the moment, no anxiety, no stress.
Um, I love that you're taking, we're talking about mental health because
Yeah.
I think it's very important to acknowledge. And not because you see me like super happy and everything is going amazingly well, that doesn't mean that sometimes I struggle. That I do struggle. I do have sometimes anxiety, and I am in therapy, and I have like my morning routine where I meditate, and if I feel overwhelmed, like I take a moment to breathe. So I listen a lot to my body, and I am very spiritual as well.
Mhm.
So not because you're in business, that means that you cannot be a spiritual.
So you're saying you're a spiritual person?
Yes.
Oh, what's that? What does that entail? What do you mean by spiritual?
That doesn't mean that I'm religious. I was born and raised Catholic. That doesn't mean that actually I go to church. Sorry for Catholics that are out there.
Guys.
But I do practice meditation, spiritual practices like I do uh, Reiki. No, I don't do, but someone does like Reiki for me and energy. I'm not into crystals, but I do have like some stones. For example, here
Yeah.
I have like my bracelet
Yeah.
for communication.
Okay.
Um,
You talk to the bracelet?
no, it's just energy. I mean, different stones they have different energy for different energy centers in your body. Like for example, this one is for your throat chakra.
Okay.
That's communication.
Yeah.
So you have seven different points in the body.
Yeah. Yeah. I
That's
know
the
about that.
chakra.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are the chakra energy points.
True.
And well, this is one of them.
Mm. All right. So while you're meditating, you're touching it and talking.
No, I mean I just have this with me. Also, was a gift from my daughter.
Oh.
But no, I mean you can do affirmations. I love affirmations actually. Like I do affirmations like every morning. I say I am beautiful. I am
Yeah.
successful. I am the boss.
Yeah. But that's what we gotta be doing every day too, right?
Yeah, we need to remind ourselves that we are great people.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. I think that's a good thing which you guys have to take out from these early stages of our discussion. Do some affirmations every day if you have to remind yourself, because some people by the end of the day they're forgotten.
Yes.
They wake up in the morning, good energy, and they feel like, oh yeah, I'm gonna conquer today, and they already have these affirmations in their head. But then by afternoon and evening, they're like dead, and they're like feeling down and tired and depressed. So just saying these affirmations throughout the day
Yeah.
kind of keeps you going, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not letting the mind, not letting that inner voice bother you,
Mm,
because it's like you're in a such good mood and then something happened and you're like, oh, and then you start like fighting with yourself, or that inner voice is starting telling you what you are not,
mhm.
or how you fail, or how you're not good enough.
Yeah.
Then it's like, I am in charge.
All right, guys. This is one of we're starting with the story of Rosa, right? So you're from Mexico. We know that. Here in Denmark, tell us how was your childhood, Rosa? How did you grow up? How was your family like? How was life back then when you were growing up?
Do you remember the 80s? I grew up in the 80s. Probably you're
Yeah.
younger than me. But I grew up in the 80s in Mexico.
Yeah.
I have a sister, and we have a single mom.
Mm,
So we didn't grow up with a dad. So we were the three of us all the time. My mom is from a town like next to the border with the US. So
mm,
the family is completely split up. So
mm.
some sister and brothers are in the US,
Yeah.
some others they live in Mexico. So we got together like maybe twice, three times a year. The whole family is huge. I
Mm.
mean, it is a big family still, but I didn't grow up with like family near us. So yes, we had family, and we knew we had family, but we were like the three of us,
Yeah.
and then maybe my mom's girlfriends, or like people that you decide that they are your family. So I have many
Relatives.
aunts
Yeah.
and many aunts and uncles that they're not actually my aunts and uncles. I think a story that is worth telling is my mom's, because she grew up in a very traditional family and women didn't study.
Mhm.
So actually, my my mom's sister didn't study because she wasn't allowed,
Mm.
and my mom cry and cry and cry to get into middle school, to get into high school, to get into university. She worked and studied at the same time.
Okay.
So she maintained herself. Like she did that possible.
Mhm.
And I think because she did that, she opened the door for us as two women. She had two women, like two girls. And for her was you need to study. Like I don't have anything to she always say, you won't heritage anything, but the education.
Yeah.
You will have education. I mean the only thing that you need to worry about is to study.
Okay.
Everything else I'll take care.
Okay.
And I think that's a great example of how other women open the door to
Yeah.
other women, like younger generations.
Yeah. Right. Amazing. So your mom paves the way for you guys. Where's your sister right now?
My sister is in Mexico.
Ah,
She
she's back in
is, yeah,
Mexico.
she's back in Mexico.
Okay.
She's an engineer.
Yeah. Awesome.
And yeah, so and she lives there.
Yeah. And then you decide to proceed to university.
Yes. So I have communications degree,
Okay.
and then I have a master's degree that I study in Spain.
In Spain.
Yes.
Ah, okay. That's what took you to Spain.
No.
What took you to Spain?
So I finished my communication studies, and then I'm ready to leave. Like I wanted to leave. I wanted to leave for a year. I wanted to do something else. I don't, like I had kind of like this something like a spark in me that
Mm.
said I want to leave. I didn't speak English, but I wanted to leave, and I wanted to leave, and I went to the US. So I didn't speak very well English. I took classes before I left. I I I went there as an au pair,
Mhm.
and I live with a really nice family in San
Yeah.
Francisco, California.
Yeah.
And I learned English with them. I mean, I now that I think of it, like they were very patient with me. And also I was taking care of their girls. They have two girls.
Mhm.
And I lived with them 1 year and a half. And then I could have the opportunity to stay in the US, or come back to Mexico. And I said, I want to go back to Mexico because I have a career. I want to study. I want to work. I want to do many things. And then staying in the US meant that I needed to start all over again.
Mm.
And I said, no, I want to go back to Mexico and do something,
Yeah.
something with my life.
But with your communications degree, couldn't you get like a job in the US?
I mean, you could, but the thing is, you need to have the network.
Okay.
And then also, many times your education is not higher enough. Like
you need more
Mexican education,
certifications.
yeah. So
Yeah.
Mexican education is not as high.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if you travel from Denmark to the US, then it's almost the same level. I
Yeah.
will say even Denmark is like higher level than the US.
Mm.
But coming from Mexico, you don't have the same education level.
Yeah. So you needed
I
extra
needed,
certifications.
yes, I needed extra certification. I needed also the network.
Yeah. Maybe learn more English even.
Learn more English, being like more proficient in English.
Yeah.
And I
You
have
don't
to
want to go
say,
through all of that.
when you go to the US, I was a nanny. And you kind of are labeled that way. So
Okay.
it's like you are the Latin nanny.
Okay.
I don't think they see you as you can do something else. That's why you're here. Like, I'm not judging anyone. It's just that's the way it works.
Yeah. You're back in Mexico?
I'm back in Mexico.
Yeah.
And I wanted to find a job.
Yeah.
Now it was time for me to get into the real world and be an adult. And finding a job. And I didn't want to, because I live in San Francisco and it was a very nice city. I came back to my hometown in Mexico. And I didn't want to live there. So I thought, this is too small. This is like, nothing is happening here. And it's just, I don't see myself living here. I tried to apply for a master's in Spain, and then I tried to go to the UK, didn't work out, and then I came back, and my sister invited me to a event. So the Twilight Saga. Do you know the Twilight Saga?
No.
Well, it's a film. It's a franchise.
I know the film, but
okay.
It was
so
the
the Twilight Saga. The main actor was coming to promote the first film.
Okay. That was the
to
event.
Mexico.
Okay.
So that was the event. And then
Okay.
my sister was a super fan. I also read the books, and she said, please, let's go and see Robert Pattinson and have a good time. That was in Mexico City. So we live up north.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, I can go with you, and then I can get some CVs, and I can have like some interviews. We met Robert Pattinson. The event was madness because they were expecting 300 people.
Yeah.
And we show up like 3,000. So it was chaos. It was chaos. And then in that event, I was also like organizing, and I was trying to put together the girls, and all of them that were like between teenagers, like 13 years old and 20 something. And I was like 24 at the time.
Yeah.
So I was like kind of like the big sister. And I saw someone like with a phone, like very important. This guy looks important.
Yeah.
This guy, I mean, he's always on the phone. It was like, he looked like a businessman. And I said, he is important. And then at some point during the event, I approached him, and he was giving advice about how to work in the films. And in the end, he was the owner of the film distribution company that actually that was releasing the Twilight Saga.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm looking for a job. And so what do you think? And he said, we're looking for a marketing assistant.
Okay.
So here's my number.
Yeah.
Talk to my assistant, and she will give you a time for an interview.
Okay.
That I don't even remember what day was. I think maybe a Thursday. And then I talked to them. Then I called the next day, and then I had an interview on the next Tuesday. So it's like very fast.
Very fast, yeah.
And then I had an interview on Tuesday, and then I started working with them on Monday next week. So what happened with films is that you have the distributor in each territory, and then you can apply, or you can tell them, I want to bring the talent. So I want the talent to come and promote the film. And you pass it through studio, they see the budget, they see if that makes sense, and then they will say yes. I mean, they can come.
Okay.
So I had the opportunity to work with Robert Pattinson, with Kristen Stewart, with Taylor Lautner. So different artists and different people that came to
Yeah.
Mexico
Yeah.
and promoted their films,
Yeah.
and we were in charge of doing everything with them.
Awesome. All right. So you started your new job
I
as a assistant.
as a marketing assistant.
All right. And
Yes.
that's where you got your first experiences of marketing.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. What did you learn from this company that you want to share with us today? What were your first things that you learned
I mean,
about
I have to
marketing?
say that I owe everything to them. I
Okay.
mean, I started my film journey while working with them. It is a small company, so it's like I got the chance to do like a little bit of everything,
Mm.
and then I went up the chain really fast. I was a marketing assistant, then I was a promotion coordinator, then a PR manager. Um, I mean, that said, it's not like you can grow more than that, but I have the opportunity to have all these positions, and I have to say, in a small amount of time, and I learned, I mean, how to promote a film, how it works, like all the you see the film industry in the outside,
Mhm.
and you don't even know what is a film distributor.
Yeah.
Like you think about, oh, I'm watching Netflix, I'm watching the film. That's it. You make a film, it comes to Netflix, I watch the film, or I go into the cinema, I watch the film.
Mm.
But in between you watching the film, so everything that happens behind the scenes,
Yeah.
it's so much, and then it takes years for that to happen.
Okay. So in marketing, what were your beginner things that you learned? So let our people know, like, okay, I'm a beginner. What did I learn about marketing?
First thing, who is your target? Like,
Okay.
who are you selling your film? Like, who is gonna watch your film? No, you have like different targets. At this time, it's like, okay, I'm making a film. I like this amazing film. It's a story. Okay, who's gonna watch that film? Like, who is that people that is eager to pay for your film and actually watch it? Watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
You need to be aware who is your audience. So the
Okay.
first mistake that I see in filmmakers is, and yes, I completely agree. You have an idea and you're creative and you want to create, but you don't know for whom you are making that art.
Okay. So that's the first thing we got to take away from marketing, guys. All right. So you've been doing marketing in this with this amazing company. How long did you do the marketing for with them?
I worked with them around 7 years.
7 years
Yes,
in Mexico.
yes, in Mexico City.
Yeah. And then how did the progression go from there?
And then from there, well, I live in Mexico City. I have very long hours. I have to say, I work a lot. And like, if you see like it is a fancy job, but it's like a very hard work as well.
Yeah.
It's you work during the day and then you have premieres in events during the night.
Oh my goodness.
So it was fine. I was young and I could do it. I don't think I could do it right now.
Yeah.
um, but then I met my now husband. So he used to live in Mexico City.
Yeah.
We used to be neighbors, and we were part of the same group of people, like the same group of friends.
Yeah.
And and then he invited me. Yeah, it was funny because he invited me to go out, and I wanted to. Well, I was going to leave, so I left. I went to Poland because I was bored. I was already working for the company like around 6-7 years, and then I was like, I'm bored. I want to leave. Like the same thing happened to me when I was in Mexico in Torreon. That's my hometown. And then I said, I want to leave. I want to leave, and then I left to the US. I kind of have like this feeling of I want to leave. I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
And then I found an internship teaching Spanish in Poland. Everyone is like, Poland? Why Poland?
Oh my
Yeah, well,
goodness.
I live in Poland, guys.
Yeah.
And I know the happy birthday song.
Teach Spanish in Poland. What a place.
I teach Spanish in Poland.
Why didn't you just cross to the US and teach Spanish in the US?
I could. It's just I already knew the US. Like I have been already in the US. I knew the culture. It wasn't a culture that I say, oh yes, I would love to live there.
Okay.
But Europe, I
Yeah.
really like Europe.
Okay, you prefer than over
Then I prefer like let's see what happens and let's try Europe and
All right.
see if I like it the
Yeah.
same. But each country is different as
Yeah.
well. I mean, Poland you cannot compare it to Denmark or to Spain or I mean,
How's life in Poland?
It's I would say the Polish people it's very similar to Mexico. They are really Catholic and they take care of their family.
Mhm.
So family is first. So I think in that matter it was kind of the same as Mexico. I think we were like two Latin people in the town
Mhm.
that I live in Poland.
Yeah.
So it was a very, very exotic.
Wow.
I was exotic lady.
It was like seeing a unicorn in the city.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And back then again, with not so many people coming over to this part of the continent, from Mexico coming to Poland.
Yeah,
Back then was not
that's true.
common.
Yeah, probably not now either.
It-
I don't think you'll find like a lot of Mexicans in Bydgoszcz.
No?
That's the town that I used to live.
Was it a big city or a small one?
But let us know in the comments if you find another Mexican in Bydgoszcz. That would be funny.
All right. So how long did you do this teaching business?
Teaching Spanish
Yeah.
in Poland.
Teaching Spanish.
Yeah, that was around 4 months. Yeah, that was around 4 months. And in that time,
Mm.
my husband, at that time my date,
Yeah.
invited me for a date just before I went to Poland. So we dated online during the time that I was in Poland. So at
Okay.
some point he told me, should I go? Because he was from here.
Yeah.
Then should I move to Denmark and then meet in Denmark, or you should come back? He had a really,
Oh,
he had like a very stable job
Yeah.
in Mexico.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it was an internship. And if we move both to Denmark, then that would have been like very difficult for both of us because he needed to find a job. I needed to apply for, and then it was the beginning of a relationship as well. So I said, I'll come back. I'll come back to Mexico and we'll figure it out. And then we started dating.
Amazing.
And I recovered my old job.
Back in the film industry.
Exactly.
Nice. All right. So your film career carries on from there again.
Yeah. I've been on and off. Like in the 17 years that I've been working in the film industry, I've been on and off, but I always come back. And my ex-boss, actually the business guy they was my boss, he told me once that you try the film industry and you work in it, you can never leave. It's very difficult to leave it because you love it. And it is true.
Yeah.
Like even though, I mean,
What makes
it is hard.
What makes it so special that you don't want to leave?
I think it's creating. It's the effect for me is more. It's creating the films, but not only that. Like how a story that you watch in a screen can have that impact in people. Like how people can engage in conversations, and like a film can even change your life. Like a documentary, your favorite film is like, it's your favorite film because something of the story talks to you. So for me, it's like that connection
Yeah.
between creativity and the storytelling. and the final audience.
All right. So you're back in the film industry. Where does your road go from there?
I come back to the film industry. I stay there for another 2 years.
Yeah.
There, I am in charge of press and PR manager and events.
Oh, okay.
So I handle a lot of press and media and roundtables and um, interviews with talent.
Okay.
So, for example, I had a film with Jennifer Garner and Kevin Costner,
Mm-hmm.
and because they're really famous people, I place them on covers, different covers in different magazines in Mexico. In
Okay.
Mexico,
Okay.
so when you see these magazines and you see like your favorite artist on the cover,
Mm-hmm.
someone like me place it there. It's not like the magazine talk to the artist and then they go together.
Yeah.
No, there are like several people in between that magazine and that artist.
Mm. Yeah. So you were the one who was like deciding like who has to go on the magazine, who has to go on this cover, who has to go here and there.
I offer like I have this talent, I have this artist,
Mm-hmm.
I have this actor. Do you want it or not? And then they say yes, we want it. And then also it's not only that, but they have to pay. I mean, they're like hidden fees
Yeah.
that you don't know, that
Yeah.
you think is just like organic, but it's like they make money in between.
Mm. Well, guys, these are some great insights, right? You think you're gonna get on the magazine without your PR?
Exactly. It's not as easy as I mean, you could, but
Yeah, some people think maybe they'll just sit maybe on their couch and then they're looking great, looking handsome, or looking beautiful, and then someone will just put their picture on a magazine.
yeah, no,
It does not work that way, right?
you need to have a PR person behind you.
Yeah, right. But it's so great you're sharing this with us. So you have the experience of marketing in the film industry, you have the experience of PR and press, and then what other experience did you get during this time in your company?
Well, I also have distribution. That's another part that after I finished working in that company in Mexico City because we decided to move. So
Okay.
my husband, at that time, my boyfriend still, um, we decided that it was better if we move because Mexico City is chaotic. It's very difficult. You don't have life balance. That doesn't exist there.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you work really long hours, and if you want to have a family, it's I mean, how?
Yeah.
It's very difficult.
Yeah.
And then coming from Europe, especially Denmark, where everything is like easygoing, structured,
Yeah.
very chaotic for him, I have to say. Like he did really well. 7 years and he lived there and he adapted himself.
Yeah.
I always say, or we always say that Spain found us. Like Spain chose us. He found a position in Spain and Madrid.
Yeah.
We moved there. He moved first. Then I moved later. I needed to get my visa. I applied for a master's degree. I went there as a student. We were married, and we didn't want to get married because I needed to move with him. We could have, but then we decided, okay, I go as a student, you go with your work, and then we decide what's gonna happen. And then I move as a student. I studied my master's degree in advertisement in Madrid, and I learned when I studied there. I learned that you cannot listen to the advice of everyone. You need to take the advice that is good for you and what you need to hear, because everyone was like, well, it's going to be very difficult to get into the film industry again. You should open your options. You should study something that it will give you more options. So I studied advertisement instead of going and study films or study something more related to my career. I could have, and I didn't because I was scared that maybe I'm not going to have opportunities. Maybe then all this fear started to build up, and
Yeah.
then I decided, okay, I'm gonna go for something else.
Okay.
And then I moved to Spain. I had the most horrible cultural shock. Even though we talk the same language, I thought it's gonna be easy. Like I already have experience.
Mm,
I'm in a PR, like I'm already in a manager position.
yeah.
I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna have like the
Yeah.
job of my dreams.
You kill it.
Everything's gonna, I will kill it. As I'm, yeah, that's gonna happen.
All right.
And you move to another country. I have lived in the US, but I knew I was going to come back. When I moved to Spain, like I didn't, I mean, I could have like come back, but I was already with my partner.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you cannot say, oh, well, bye, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
So you make it work.
Yeah.
So I had this cultural shock where I couldn't adapt to the culture, to the Spanish people, the work environment. And I have to reinvent myself. Like I have to like crumble down,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's like
Yeah.
rebirth, like
Yeah.
the phoenix,
Yeah.
and find myself. So I got depressed. I'm not know, I'm not gonna say that I was depressed, but I was more in a position of I hate it. I don't like it. I
Yeah.
just, this is horrible. I want to leave. I don't want to be here. I was contaminated. I was like
Yeah.
negatively.
Yeah. Your mindset was like, I don't want to be in this space anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like I don't want to. It's like
Everything was
anything.
just irritating you.
Exactly. Until I think something happened, and then
Yeah.
it's like, okay, this is not.
But
I
what,
mean-
what is the difference for those who do not know the difference between Mexico and Spain? Because it's two Spanish speaking countries, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
So I think the first thing is Mexicans, we are extremely open. Like
Mhm.
we're extremely friendly,
Okay.
extremely hospitalarium.
Hospitable.
Is it hospitable?
Yeah. Hospitable.
We like to get people at our homes, and then we're friendly. Spanish are not that way.
Okay.
And of course, Danish. I know you're gonna say that I'm lying, because when you go from Denmark to Spain, of course they are more open, but you cannot compare. So I think it's in between Mexico and Denmark.
Mm,
So Spain is like in the middle.
okay.
So for me, they yell, they scream. I mean, they're talking to each other, and you don't know if they're. That was one of the things that I was very confused. Because they yell each other and they interrupt each other, and that's the way they talk. And whoever talks
The loudest.
the loudest, that's the people that you listen to. And
Oh
that
my
for me, that was
goodness.
very confusing. So
Yeah.
and then the culture and the people. I mean, they have their own culture,
Yeah.
right?
It was not
And
clicking.
It wasn't clicking until it did. I mean, I love Spanish people, and I have really good friends there. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say, oh no. Like we had our feelings, then we got together again.
Yeah. How long did it take for you to finally find your footing in Spain?
I think it was around 1 year and a half.
Okay.
And then also I was very frustrated because I couldn't find a job in the film industry.
Mm.
So I work in other companies until I decided, okay, I'm gonna open my own business, and that's when I started my first business in the film industry. That was being a film distributor.
Okay.
So I was a distributor. That distributor is a company that shows the films in cinemas and streaming platforms. But the way it works, distribution deals, is that you have territories of different countries. So I was in charge of Spain. So most of the films that I distributed in Spain, they came from the US or Latin America. And then we did all the logistics to have them on cinemas.
Mm-hmm.
So and then, but I was only me. It was only me and a booker. The booker was the person in charge of having the film in all the cinemas. And I was in charge of doing PR, marketing, social media, media exposure, taking the talent to interviews and finding opportunities. So I did the job of like 6 people.
Mm. So here you are in Spain. You're finally starting to find your way in Spain, right? And then you're with your husband.
And
You
then
guys
we got married.
yeah, you got
Like
married in Spain.
we got married. We got married here in Denmark.
Oh,
So
okay.
we came, we had our wedding, and then we went back to Madrid. So I had a very Danish wedding, I have to say.
All right. And how was it? Did you like finally like start like making some progress in Madrid?
Yes. So I mean, I started having business and films. I started building a community. I actually organized a film festival that
Okay.
was Date of the Dead Film Festival
Yeah.
in Madrid.
Yeah.
We have sponsors. We did it 3 years in a row.
Amazing.
I was very proud of it.
Amazing.
And even when I moved to Copenhagen, that estate,
How long were you in Spain?
3 years and a half.
3 years and a half. And then when did you finally like decide with your husband like okay, we gotta move finally to Denmark?
I had my first baby. So I had my first daughter. And then again, you have a baby. And then, okay, so what are we going to do?
Next
Like,
step.
next step, next country.
Next country.
Next country. And then, okay, we have a baby. We don't have any family here. It was kind of hard having a newborn and then doing everything, having a business. And then my husband traveled. And then we decided, okay, now it's time to move to Copenhagen. Now it's time to move to Denmark. We have my husband's family is here.
Yeah.
And they love my daughters. So they are very, very helpful.
Yeah. And then with your film career starting off in Denmark again.
Again.
Another time again.
Exactly. Exactly. I already had the idea that
Yeah.
I wanted to do films. Like I wanted to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Like I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur, and it didn't cross my mind that I was going to look for a job.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing this. Like I've got obsessed with it, but I changed the business model.
Yeah.
Because I was doing distribution in Spain, and Spain is a very popular country to bring films, but
Sure.
Denmark, it's really small.
It's smaller.
It's really small. Like there are like 3 or 4 distributors, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like 3 or 4 production companies that are like big enough. So I said, okay, we're gonna do film marketing. Like we're gonna do marketing, like digital marketing. And then I opened a digital marketing agency. So I started with that. It grew. I grew with it. It didn't grow like I grow. I grew
as a person.
I grew as a person, and then the business grew with it, because we think, oh, the business grew. The business grew, and then you grew with the business. But that's not. For me, I think is you grew as a person, or you grow as a person.
Yeah.
And then the business will follow.
Okay.
At least that's what happened to me.
So you're basically saying you were growing your network in Denmark.
No, not only the network. It's just the way you sell yourself, the way you do business, the way you present yourself.
Yeah.
It's like when you have a business, and when you're an entrepreneur, you don't know what you don't know. And then you make mistakes. Yeah. And then like, something is not working. Yeah. Something is not clicking. And then you start, okay, so what is it? Yeah. And then I started like hiring people, like coaches. I started working with coaches. I started working, okay, so I took sales. I wanted to know more. I had mentors.
So it's a new culture in Denmark, right? and you're trying to adapt to the Danish system, basically.
Exactly.
Okay.
Also learning the system, doing bookkeeping,
Yeah.
the language.
Yeah.
And then I had my second baby. So I got pregnant, I had the second baby.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, I was going to come back to work again like 3 months. I had the baby, I deliver, I start working again because I'm like, I'm badass.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not
It
the way.
didn't work out the way you wanted.
Yeah, it didn't work out the way I wanted.
Oh,
And I got postpartum depression.
yeah.
That's something I'm very open about it because that happens to women.
Yeah.
And your body doesn't function well. You are sleep deprived. Your body is just crazy with hormones. And is and and then I ended my partnership not because of the postpartum depression,
Mm-hmm.
but because I noticed that I wasn't happy.
Mm-hmm.
Like the business wasn't going where I want to,
Mm.
and also I felt the person that I was carrying the weight, it, like we weren't at the same level.
Mm. So you felt
So
like you were doing more work or what?
I mean, both we were working a lot, but I was the one growing the business.
Okay.
Like I was the one making the money.
Okay.
Um, but when I invited her to be my partner, I wanted to like share responsibility and be in a part of a team.
Okay.
But then you really need to think about when you want a partnership, like what's gonna be the deal, like
Yeah.
what is the negotiation that you want to have. And then I wanted to be like, oh, no, let's be fair.
Yeah.
Also things that we didn't take into account, like I live in a very expensive country, like
Yeah.
it's more expensive than Spain,
Yeah.
and we were earning the same.
Yeah.
And so it didn't make sense. So
Mm.
like all these little things adding up.
Yeah.
And then my postpartum depression. And then like, oh, you're going to come back in 3 months. Like, I'm not going to come back. I
Yeah.
took my Basel. I took maternity leave. 1 year. I said, I'm going to start my business and marketing, my business and marketing coach. So I'm going to become a business marketing coach.
Okay.
So I left the marketing agency on the side.
Yeah.
And then I started working as a business and marketing coach. But it
Oh.
was like half time. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, like part time, little by little, building up. I was in maternity leave as well, and I was with my baby. So,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
still recovering for postpartum depression.
Yeah. But even if everything is going smoothly and she's well taken care of, do you still think this depression can happen?
If you are,
Well taken care of. Let's say your bills are paid, you can travel to any country you want, or maybe you're happy, everything at home is good. Do you still think women can have this postpartum depression?
yes, even if everything is working out,
Yeah.
the thing is with postpartum depression is not only you don't know yourself.
Mm.
You have all like a world of hormones in your body that are not functioning the way they need to work, because you are also trying to raise
The baby.
a baby,
Yeah.
and trying to be the best for that baby,
Yeah.
and then trying to be the best for you, but you can't because you don't know what's going on with yourself. So
Mm.
I mean, it can happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just trying to understand it from a point of depression being a state of mind. Because some people are going to look at it also like that. Some people, there's this ongoing debate about depression, right? People can say depression is a sickness, and some people are saying it's a state of mind. You
Yeah.
know,
No,
and
depression is a sickness. I
it-
mean,
yeah. When you say it from a biological standpoint, with your hormones not functioning right, and then you start having like this, I don't know what's happening to your thoughts anymore. So when you say it from this standpoint, maybe it can be looked at as a sickness, right? But then if you look at some other form of depression, maybe people might be like, oh, it's just a state of mind. Maybe you should do something else, and then you change that state of mind.
yeah, I don't know. Depression is a very delicate subject.
Yeah, right.
It's I wouldn't say that it's a state of mind. I mean, negativity, it could be a state of mind.
Yeah.
But depression, because depression can affect your life. I mean, everything that is happening around you that can be affected by depression.
Mm. So, how long did this take with the postpartum depression?
Yeah, I don't know, like maybe a year. I think I started seeing the light like
The light.
6 months later when
Yeah.
I had my baby,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's like little by little, and that's because I aware of myself.
Mm.
Like I am aware of, like I know myself well, I have to say, and then also my routine, like meditation and working with the chakra balance, the energy. So I could see something is
Off.
missing,
Okay.
something is off.
Mm.
So I could feel it, and then little by little started like getting better and better.
Mhm. So, do you think men have to do anything when this woman is going through postpartum depression, or men should just leave their wives to go through their phase by themselves and
I
come out?
know. You cannot do that. I mean, you need to be aware. It's not that you can cure them,
Mm.
but I mean, be aware that she's not having a good time, that she's going through a very difficult time.
Mm.
Like being there, like be there for your woman, like stand up for your woman, like be supportive.
Okay. All right. So, you've gone through this phase of postpartum, right? And you finally made it, right? And things are moving better.
Yes.
Okay.
So I did the coaching and business. It didn't go as well.
Mm.
I wasn't, and then also I thought, no, I mean, coaching is gonna be amazing. And then again, had this feeling that I need to come back to the film industry.
Yeah.
I need, like, something is missing in me. Something like I really am missing working with films and creatives. I was working with creatives already, but like filmmaking, like making films,
Mm.
working with those creators that are making films.
Yeah.
And said, I want to also make my own films, like be part of something bigger, not only promoting them or distributing them. That's the last part of the film. But I
Mm.
would like to be like involved in the beginning of the film.
Mm.
And I said, I want to be a film producer. And I changed again. That was 2020. What 2024? No, 2023.
Mm.
So that was 2023, and again, I said, I'm gonna. No, I didn't burn everything to the ground. I just rebranded.
Okay.
So I was a business marketing coach. Then I said, okay, I'm gonna be a film producer. But at the same time, I was looking for a job. So I was looking for a job. By the way, we haven't mentioned because I've been an entrepreneur in Denmark all these years.
Mm.
You have this thought that you cannot have your permanent residence that way. You need to have a job to have a permanent residence. You need to have like nine
Nine
to
to five.
five.
Yeah.
That's not true. I got my permanent residence when the entrepreneur,
Okay.
being entrepreneur, having my own business,
Yeah.
and that's possible. The only thing that you need to make sure is to earn the amount of money that they're asking for. So there's like a minimum
Yeah.
of what they're asking.
Yeah.
So if you're above that salary or that money,
Mm.
then you're good.
For film producer, how much are they asking every month?
No, it's not for month. It's not per month.
1
It's
year.
a salary for 1 year. I think it's 280.
280,000.
Not only for a film producer. It's
Everybody?
everybody. Yeah.
Okay.
So you need to earn more than 280,000 a year
Mm.
during, I think, 3 years or 4 years
Yeah, consistently.
consistently.
Okay. So you rebranded yourself as a film producer?
And then I ran there as a film producer. I was looking for a job.
Yeah.
I said, okay, it's my time to get into the force, have a real job. That was a real job, but like always say, people say having a job,
Mm.
that's the way you go. Well, it was horrible. I mean, another like depression again. No,
Yeah.
it's because I applied to so many jobs,
Yeah.
0 interviews.
To get into the film industry.
Not only to the film industry, it's like, okay, I'll have a job on the side, and then I'll do my films
Mm.
like in my part time.
Yeah.
Not even that. Like I couldn't find, like I couldn't, like I didn't have any interviews. Like
Oh my
I
goodness.
sent, I don't know, I applied like 100 and something positions
Wow.
in here in Denmark.
Wow.
And I didn't have any interview, zero. And then I think, oh my God, I'm so grateful that I can sell and I can show up on social media and do my thing,
Mm.
because then my business started to grow. So then I got one film to produce. I have other films, and I created a community, I created things, and everything started like building up. And that was from last year to up to this day.
Wow.
And I think, it's not about them calling me for an interview or maybe getting a job, but maybe that was destiny. That was the universe saying that's not the way you go.
Yeah, right.
That's
Because you that's why I just took it a minute to pause to process it, because it's like, it's like you sending all these interviews out and trying to get a job, but then you cannot even get even an interview to even get a no.
yeah.
They cannot even give you an interview so they can say no. It's like, so you finally start your own film production company.
I started my own film production company.
Okay. So that was the circumstance that led to you doing this. All right. So your film production company has started, right? You start booking some gigs
Yes.
and you're able to make some finances from that, right?
Mhm.
And then what comes next? You're saying, all right,
And then when I started with the film production, I
yeah,
had like different things. Okay, so I started a network. It's called the International Film Network.
okay.
And they say, grow your network.
Mm,
Network.
mm,
It's like, okay, people normally don't answer to emails or cold emails because they don't know you.
yeah.
But if I invite them to speak, if I invite them to come to my events,
Mm,
then I can grow my network easily.
yeah.
So I started the International Film Network, and actually it's a very nice community. We haven't done any events this year,
Mm-hmm.
but we started last year, and that's something that I'm do in-person events here in Denmark, here in Copenhagen, and then I do once in a while online. So that was one thing that I launched last year, and it worked really well. And then was a film production that I started producing. I'm producing 3 films at the moment. And then I had an idea of starting a tool for filmmakers to promote and distribute their films with AI. That was the idea. And I was accepted in a mentorship program last year. That was in September. And then I finished. It was 6 months. And then with that, you needed to end with a minimal viable product. I had the minimal viable product. So actually, it didn't have a name or anything. I finished the minimal viable product, the MVP, and it's called Ramiro AI. And that's the beginning of a startup. So I got accepted. So I finished the mentorship, and then right away I was accepted in an accelerator.
Okay.
So not even a month, and I was already like accepted into this accelerator. It's the same. It's the same organization. It's called Tech Nordic Advocates, and I started. I'm still in the accelerator,
Okay.
and that means that I'm looking for investors. I'm looking to grow the startup. I mean, the startup has potentially. I mean, I know it's gonna earn like millions of dollars. I
Yeah.
mean, this thing is,
It's a
especially
great.
with AI, and
Yeah.
it's going really really fast.
Yeah, right.
Um,
It has big potential.
it,
I saw
yeah,
it. It's guys, check out her new product which she has just created, Ramiro AI. Hey, I can only say good things.
yes.
It's gonna work. It's gonna work.
So
Definitely.
like little seeds that I planted
Yeah.
last year or in the end of 2023.
Yeah.
Like right now, they are like blossoming.
Mm.
And it's still like there are other seeds that it need a little bit more time,
Hmm.
but it's okay.
Awesome. Awesome. You know, you've been around Europe, going here, going the,
Yes.
you know, and then all of these experiences that you've like gathered along the way, it's kind of helped you to understand like how life works, how you can do your business successfully, how you can, achieve certain things, and how you can also be a mentor. Maybe tomorrow, someone is looking for guidance,
Yes.
you know. So, what are some of these production insights that we don't know as people who are just watching movies on Netflix or or Prime movies?
Like, what do you want to know?
Like what goes behind the scenes in a film production? What if I want to become a film producer today? What do I need to know?
Oof. Film producer, it's the one who puts together the whole act. And also, it's not only one film producer, it can be different film producers. So it can be the film producer, the creative film producer.
Mm.
So that's the one in charge of like all the creative part.
Mhm.
And then there's film producers like me, that is, for me, is more like closing the deal, getting the money, selling the money, promoting it, finding the audience.
Okay.
For me, that's the most exciting. And then there's a line producer. That's the one in charge of everything related to the shooting, like everything related to when it's produced the film.
Okay.
So there are different executive producer. Executive producer is the person who pays, of the boss.
Mhm.
So that's like I'm taking the decisions, but not necessarily I am part of all the process of the film.
Okay.
So we have different that different producer and different people.
Yeah, because you've said four different types of producers, guys.
Yeah, they already.
Yeah,
And
right.
then
Yeah.
if you have a film director, for example, I don't know if you have seen, but even in big productions, you
Mhm.
can see first assistant direction, second assistant direction, third assistant direction.
Yeah, yeah.
So normally those are for big productions, but at least you can have one assistant. So you can also be assistant producer. So that's the person who is helping you doing many things.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, so many
So, so,
other.
so if I want to become a producer today, I just need to figure out first of all which kind of production I want to do.
Exactly.
Out
What
of
kind of
those,
producer you want to be as
yeah,
well?
out of those four you have just said, right?
Exactly.
Because I think there are people that have a lot of capital, maybe they have a lot of money in the bank, maybe they'll go for executive producers, right? Yeah, and then they can invest more in the movie,
Yeah.
right? People like you that are friendly and social and have some marketing skills, you go for the marketing producer or something like that, like what you're doing, closing the deals, right?
Exactly.
Someone like me who's very with equipment and like to be talking to people back and forth, I
You
go
can be
for
a line
line.
producer.
Yeah, line producer, right?
You can be a line producer.
And then I think the next one we had was what was the other one we had?
Creative
Creative producer.
producer.
What do those ones do? Is it like the post production?
No,
Oh,
well, it's they're more about in charge of making sure that they do the pre-production, production. So that's they are the ones who are in charge of the creative part.
okay, like editing and sound and
Yeah, the producer can, yeah, but they don't. They are not in charge of editing. They have someone else, like
no, I mean the final decision of
exactly
okay, okay.
with the director.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So we've understood what kind of producers we have out there, right? Um, let's give another form of value to the people. What does your day look like as a producer?
My day to day, I
Okay, let's
can.
begin in the morning, 5 a.m.
It
Okay,
can.
you're a mom. Guys, she's also a mom. All right, what does
I don't wake up
5,
at 5. Well, I wake up at 6.
6? Okay, what does
Yeah,
6
but
look
between
like?
6 and 8, everything is related to my daughters. I
Okay,
mean, that's
family first.
family, that's getting them ready for school, dropping them off. And then from there, I call them slow mornings.
Mm-hmm.
So I do the slow morning, and it's between 8 and 10. So
Mm-hmm.
that means I exercise, I meditate,
Yeah,
I take a shower, I have breakfast. So it's like doing my things.
yeah.
And then I start working at 10,
Okay.
around 10, 11.
Yeah.
Those, that's when I start taking calls, if I have calls.
Okay.
So, for example, I have Monday and Friday that I don't book any calls,
Mm.
because Monday I like to plan my week and then like get the most urgent.
Yeah.
And then Fridays normally I do it for bookkeeping and finance. Like
Okay.
if I have many invoices coming in, or I have to figure out something about money,
Mhm.
and then on Friday, that's the day.
Okay.
And then I have calls 2 days a week with clients and potential clients,
Yeah.
and then meetings and podcasts and
Yeah.
getting strategies ready
In between.
in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then evening time, you're done back again with family.
Yeah, evening time. So I stop around 4,
Okay.
3:34, stop working, and then it's dinner time, and then get the girls to bed, having having a time with them, and then around 8, depending of the day, sometimes I have meetings in the evening, because most of my clients, a lot of my clients are, they live in America,
Mm-hmm.
so in the US, so I need to speak to them in the evening. um or some, I have therapy once every week,
Yeah.
and
Important.
then so normally, if I can, I don't have anything, but if I need to, I have meetings with my clients mostly. I wouldn't work in the evening. I wouldn't work in the evening unless it's necessary.
All right. Just give us a quick breakdown of your new product, Ramiro AI.
Ramiro
What
AI,
is it all about?
my newest baby.
Yeah.
So Ramiro AI, it's a film marketing and distribution assistant.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a chat that helps you with marketing, and like knowing everything about marketing, how to market your film, finding your target, finding the audience
Yeah.
who's gonna watch your film. Remember, I told you the one-on-one for filmmakers is knowing who is your target.
Okay.
Ramiro can help you with that, and then getting to know where or how you can sell it and to whom.
Okay.
So that's primarily that's Ramiro. I call it Ramiro 1.0, because it's coming Ramiro 2.0,
Yeah,
and
right.
yeah, they will
You
evolve.
become like Facebook.
It will, yeah. I don't know if like Facebook, but that will be great.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just the first version of many.
Yeah, right. If you're
Yeah,
scaling it up like that, it's gonna grow.
exactly. So that's what it does.
Yeah. All right. And why does someone need your services for marketing and distribution? Why can they not just go to these other services that are out there?
First, there's not many like me.
Mm.
I
Okay.
don't have many competition out
Yeah.
there. Um, and then I have worked with more than 135 films, from blockbusters to independent films. So I know my thing.
Okay.
Um, and then every time I work with filmmakers, I do it like very personalized. So it's around their film. Of course, unless that you, even Ramiro AI does it personalized, because it gets to know your film,
Hmm.
and then it gives you advice in your film. Like, it's not like general information and then you transform it,
Yeah.
but even Ramiro's personalized. So I have to say
That's what makes you stand out.
that what makes me stand out. You will
Awesome.
find personalized service.
Great learning from you, Rosa. You know, guys, it's been Rosa on the panel today. You know, we've been talking about film. We've been talking about her newest product. We've been sharing her story the whole time. You know, let us know in the comments, what do you think? You know, is it really inspiring? Are you learning anything about film? Are you learning anything about her life journey? You know, these little things, because I do find it really interesting when immigrants move around the globe, and then they're picking up things along the way, and then they finally like start growing into the direction that they want to go to. So it's quite an interesting story.
Thank you so much for having me. It
it's a
was really
it's a pleasure.
inspiring, and thank you for letting me share my story.
Yeah. Guys, we are at the end of our show. Before we close, do you have anything on your mind that you want to say before we're
Um, like and subscribe.
closing? Of course, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. And guys, just a quick spoiler about your channel
Yes.
coming up soon, right?
Yes, coming up soon.
Yeah,
Film and business podcast.
yeah.
It's coming
Are you gonna
soon.
change the name too?
It's gonna
Be-
be Rosa Camero Film and Business,
okay, because the name was Life and Business
Life and
Rosa Camero.
Business. Yes, I already have 2 seasons out there,
Yeah.
but it's
So
more
you
about
changed the name of
coaching.
the channel.
So I will change the name of that. Like I will rebrand. I leave the videos that are there,
Mm.
and then I'll upload
All
new
right.
ones.
Awesome, guys. We're looking forward to this second channel coming up soon
Yes.
to learn a lot about film production, your new Ramiro product, and hope to see where you are in the next 5 years.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.